Whether you're a high-level newbie or a seasoned pro, this tutorial is your golden ticket to onboarding bliss. Every time you onboard a new client, there are a couple of things that you need to do, such as getting a contract signed, creating a client folder, assigning team members, getting your onboarding survey filled, booking a kickoff onboarding meeting, and sending reminder messages. All these things take time, but GoHighLevel can automate your client onboarding process. First things first, log into your HighLevel account. Go to Opportunities and navigate to the Pipelines tab. This is where we are going to build a pipeline that will include all the stages through which we want to move a client to get it successfully onboarded. Every business has its unique onboarding process, but the basic steps always remain the same. Let's suppose I want to automate the onboarding process of Google Ads clients. Create a pipeline, give a name such as Google Ads Client Onboarding. Now I can add all the stages for my Google Ads client onboarding. The first stage is when the onboarding should start. It is when the client pays for the invoice. Accordingly, I will add the other stages such as filled onboarding survey, created client folder, onboarding call booked, and onboarding done. Now navigate to the Opportunities tab and search for the pipeline. Here you can manage all the clients and see the stages. You can either manually add contacts to this pipeline by clicking on Add Opportunity, or you can use workflows to automatically add contacts to the pipeline. For example, I can manually add a client when he pays out, and then I can just use workflows to move the client through these different stages or move these pipeline stages manually by moving the card. Now my pipeline is ready. Next, we need to build onboarding automation using workflows. Navigate to Automation and create a new folder to keep all the client Google Ads onboarding automation workflows in one folder. Open the newly created folder and start creating a workflow. The first workflow that I'm going to create is for sending an onboarding survey to the client. Give a relevant name to your workflow. Next, define the trigger means when this workflow should run. For this, click on Add New Trigger. Now search for the In Pipeline filter and select the pipeline. Next in that pipeline is when you want this trigger to fire. Choose a pipeline stage filter and select the stage as Client Paid. Every time you have a new client in the Client Paid stage of your pipeline, this trigger will fire and your workflow will run automatically. Add the tag Customer Paid and then select Send Email. Now enter the details such as the form name and the email. I'm just entering a sample text for the email, but make sure to enter a catchy headline and craft a professional email that contains the onboarding survey link that you want your new client to fill out. I already have one survey created for Google Ads onboarding. I will grab the link and put it here in the email copy. If you haven't created a survey yet, go ahead and watch the survey lesson and create one. Now save this workflow and publish. Wherever I have new clients in the paid stage of my pipeline, they will automatically receive their onboarding survey to fill in. Now, the next process that I can automate for onboarding is once the customer fills out the survey, to send them my calendar link to book an onboarding kickoff meeting. Let's create an automation around that. Under my Google Ads client onboarding workflow folder, I will create a new workflow. This time, I will select the trigger Survey Submitted. Choose your onboarding survey, and this workflow will now trigger once my client submits their onboarding survey. Here I can just email them another email that contains a thank you message for submitting the survey along with my calendar link to book an onboarding call. You can also build this workflow further by sending them reminder emails or SMS 1 day and 15 minutes before the onboarding call. I will just keep it basic, hit publish, and save the workflow. During client onboarding, we usually have to perform multiple tasks internally to keep the client data organized, such as creating Google Drive folders for clients. Do you know you can also automate these tasks? Yes, this is possible with webhooks that transfer the information from one software to another, and Zapier is the marketing automation integration tool that can help us to do so. Let's create a new workflow step and name it Internal Client Onboarding Tasks. Select the trigger as a pipeline, choose the pipeline, and then select the pipeline stage when you want to trigger this workflow. Next, look for a webhook. Log into your Zapier account and select the trigger as webhook. Select the catch webhook as an action to receive the information from HighLevel and send it to another software, which is Google Drive in our case. Now you will receive this unique webhook URL. Copy and paste it here in your HighLevel workflow. To successfully work this webhook, you have to test this workflow and make sure the webhook that you just created is executing and sending the data to Zapier. Just select any of your past clients and send a text workflow. Now you can see that this webhook is executed, and Zapier also started receiving data from your HighLevel. You can just automate the tasks that you want to perform. For example, if I want to create a folder automatically once the client starts onboarding, I can simply automate that action in Zapier. Let's select Google Drive, choose the event Create Folder, and now select your Google Drive account in which you want to create the folder for your client accordingly. Now choose the drive name and select the parent folder. I will my client folder to manage clients in one folder. I can choose a custom field, such as full name, and based on this field data, the Zapier will automatically give a name to my folder. Text the Zap and publish it. As you can see in my Google Drive, under the client folder, a new folder is automatically created with the client's full name. Similarly, you can automate any other actions that you need to perform for client onboarding using Zapier, such as creating, updating the client database spreadsheet, or creating a subfolder. And there you have it, HighLevel Wizards. You've just built an automated onboarding workflow that'll make your clients do a happy dance. Remember, practice makes perfect, so keep tweaking and refining your sequences for maximum enchantment.